Hey there, it's Kay White, Girls in Finance, and I am going to pick up where we left off yesterday, talking about creating images for whatever project you might have going. And again, today is another unique day in that I am able to go live early in the day. I was telling everyone on yesterday what a challenge it can be for me. I have a senior parent, so normally during the day I'm pretty busy. But like yesterday, she's out and about today. And so I get to start my sharing a little bit earlier, a lot earlier in the day, because usually it's late night after she's asleep. But anyway, let's today resume what we were talking about on yesterday, and we've been talking about for a few days now. I was sharing how you, for whatever project you have that you're working on, you can actually GPT to help you with all details of the project. It's pretty fascinating and it's also fun. But let's pick up where we left off. In fact, let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here. Let's make sure, yeah, you can see. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and just kind of recap where we were. So I was talking about the current holiday, and the beauty of this is you can do this for whatever holiday is coming up. You can get ChatGPT to really assist you with the entirety of the project, and it is so much fun. For example, Juneteenth is coming up, and I love having the ability to create images that reflect actual holidays and the uniqueness of the holidays, and especially something like Juneteenth. I want to just showcase images that show African American or Black people in a positive light because a lot of times it can be so hard to find images. And so ChatGPT has really changed that challenge that many of us creators have had in the past. And so I love that. As I am sharing information with young African American kids, I'm going to say teens, that's pretty much my market. I have a brand called Girls in Finance, and it's a trademark brand that really helps to teach personal finance. But also, over the last year, I have been really diving deep into artificial intelligence and how you can use it in your business. And I'm finding that it has been a game changer in terms of being able to create not only day to day content, and no matter what it is that you need, if you're a creator and you need to create your social media content, or you might need to create articles, you might have a blog, whatever it is, something like ChatGPT and then also other AI tools can really be a great resource. And let's see, I've in the past, over the last year, I've used it to help with my social media content and also with creating whatever type of images that are needed for the project that I'm working on. So it is just a great business tool. So I'm going to scroll back up because I want to catch you up with what we've been talking about and where we are. So we were looking at Juneteenth, the actual national holiday that will take place on June 19th. And I was just asking ChatGPT to give me some ideas of digital products that I can create. And so it started with just, let's see, a whole list of different things. And I kind of reviewed them yesterday. So you can go back to the content that the actual video that I created yesterday if you want more detail. But everything from stickers to ebooks to infographics to online courses to just other games, quizzes, social media content, as I've mentioned already, and print on demand products, recipe books. All of these things are examples or suggestions, I should say, that ChatGPT has given me for creating content related to Juneteenth. So after it gave me all those ideas, I asked, can you assist me with creating the first recommended digital product from the list above? And it just so happened that that was a history of Juneteenth ebook for children, and it is coming along very well. I didn't do have to do a whole lot. And that's the beauty of all of this. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate for you, whatever your project is. If you get the assistance of ChatGPT or a similar tool, it will walk you through the details and the process and just give you content that you can then edit. You certainly want to read through it all, just make sure that it makes sense or it aligns with the information that you have. So even if you decide you want to do additional research, that's fine, but it will give you the framework. And that is the beauty of this. I love using ChatGPT as an assistant. And another part of just working with ChatGPT is that also it comes with an art generation tool called DALL-E 3. And so with that, you can create the images to actually complement what you're doing for your content. And I am going to show you what I've done here. ChatGPT again is doing all the work. It tells me here the steps to create the history of Juneteenth ebook. And then it gives the outline of the content. It said, well, it's telling me outline the content, write the content, design the layout, add images and graphics, create the cover page, format the ebook platforms, and publish and promote. Well, it did the work for me. It gave me step one, outline the content. So, what is Juneteenth? So, it gave me this whole outline of all the chapters. And then, guess what? It turned around and it actually created the content for me. So, it gave me the introduction. And then it went on from there. I won't read all of the details, but it went on from there, and let's see. And it asked me if I wanted it to proceed, and I told it yes, ultimately. And it went straight ahead. And hold on just a second. Let me back up because I wanted to show you exactly what happened. So I came here in this little grayed out block, and I said, I really like all the suggestions. I want to focus on the following and need your assistance with creating the product Juneteenth for Kids, a colorful and engaging ebook design. And I just reminded ChatGPT what I wanted it to create for me. And again, it laid out the chapters in more detail and started writing the content. And it just went to chapter one and then carried on to chapter two. And it's created all the chapters for me. So essentially, what I would likely do is just ask ChatGPT to recreate the chapters in more detail. So that would make the Juneteenth ebook a little bit more detailed. And then I might not because it's for children. So I would probably not make it a whole lot of detail, but instead make sure that it's something that would be engaging for children. So, what I finally did is I asked ChatGPT to start creating the images for me. And so I started with, and I think I asked for a system with that. Yes, I did. I said, this is great. Now I would like your assistance with step four above. I need some graphics to complement the ebook you just created. Can you assist me with this? And of course, it came back and said, absolutely. And at first, it made recommendations on the type of images that I would need and gave me a full outline. So when I got on down to the bottom here, I want to show you. I said, please illustrate a cover page based on your suggestions above. And it gave me some great Juneteenth images. You can watch yesterday's training video that I created if you want to see how I just kind of walk through the different options. And so that's where I am now. And it's asking me, is there anything else you would like to add or modify? You could play around with this. I think when I started above, it gave me a more traditional image in terms of clothing and attire. And I think one of the requests that I made was that I wanted to see more modern attire for a more modern Juneteenth celebration, because this reflected more on a historical look in terms of the clothing and all of that. However, I like this image because it does have a good amount of diversity in it, and so for the celebration of Juneteenth, that is something that I would encourage in the digital product that I am creating for this. And so let's see. I want to pick up where, let's back up. I want to see what else did ChatGPT recommend that I create as far as images. And so cover page illustration, and then it says historical scenes. And this is one, let's see. It talks about where General Granger's announcement, and this is the general who actually arrived in Galveston, Texas, to inform enslaved people that they were now free. And this was 2 years after Abraham Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation. So it's telling me I could illustrate that. Seems like a lot of detail. I encourage you to play around with stuff, see how it looks and what kind of results the ChatGPT will give you. In this case, let's see. And then it says the first Juneteenth celebration, a scene depicting the joyful celebrations of newly freed slaves with music, dancing, sharing meals. Again, you can ask ChatGPT to just create some images for you and see if you like them. If you don't, you can always make changes. And it goes on from there. It tells you that you could create some traditions and celebration scenes, parades and family gatherings. Um, let's see, illustrations of Juneteenth parades, family picnics, barbecues, and traditional food. And then red food and drinks, images of red velvet cake, strawberry soda, watermelon to highlight the significance of the color red in Juneteenth celebration. And so, if you find that a tool like ChatGPT isn't giving you exactly what it is that you're looking for, especially if you have your own knowledge of what you're looking for, you don't have to follow the suggestions, or you can combine the suggestions given by ChatGPT and create your own. For example, I probably would want something that showcases the colors that represent Juneteenth. So I would tell in fact, let's do that real quick. I'm going to just ask ChatGPT. I just want to confirm what the colors are. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to just share with you and demonstrate how you don't have to settle for just the information provided through a tool like an AI tool like ChatGPT. You can actually give it more detail and let it assist you further. So I'm going to say here, because I just want to be sure I am certain. I know the Juneteenth colors that are typically used are red, green, black, and I believe yellow. But let's just see. Let's see. I'm going to say, yeah, please list the primary. No, I'm just going to say the colors reflective of Juneteenth. And let's see what it gives us here. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, and so here it's saying red symbolizes the bloodshed and sacrifices made by enslaved Americans and their resilience. Black represents the African American community and their rich heritage. Green signifies the land and the promise of new growth and prosperity. Yellow, often used to symbolize hope and a bright future ahead. Blue, in the Juneteenth flag, blue signifies the sky and the promise of new opportunities for African Americans. These colors are often used in decorations, clothing, symbols associated with Juneteenth celebrations. And so, let's look at some of these ideas up here, and I'm going to ask it to use some of the Juneteenth colors. So let's see. I'm going to take this parades and family gatherings. Let's see. Illustrations of Juneteenth parades. I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to ask it to include some Juneteenth colors in the details. I'm going to say a Juneteenth parade because it's just too much in this paragraph here, in this little sentence that I have here. Is too much detail. I'm going to try not to allow ChatGPT to get too confused with too much information. So please illustrate a Juneteenth parade. How about that? And I'm going to say using the colors of Juneteenth. And let's see what this gives us. I love using ChatGPT and especially the art to create images that I need. A lot of times, as African Americans, we just don't have images that reflect a lot of our diversity as a culture. And so I love now with ChatGPT, you can kind of create the images that you want, even in terms of stock images. And as recent as I want to say 2 years ago, I bought some stock images, and it just still not it was has not been something that is in high. You don't see a lot of images. It's the popularity. There's a high demand for it, but just in terms of the content that's available out on the market, you don't see a whole lot. So it's wonderful now to be able to create images that are reflective of your culture, and especially in a day and time where I'm trying to encourage young African American girls and boys to just do, be reflective to reflect on positive things. And so I want to share them positive images to help them do that. And so right here it's showing a Juneteenth parade, and it has the Juneteenth colors that were mentioned. All of this is fine. I would say, yeah, I like this. I'm trying to decide if I like this image. You can get as specific as you want, or if you have an image, like if you searched online and you found an image and something that you can, it's clear to you that you can use. If you got a stock image of a Juneteenth celebration, you could actually plug that in here. You would just click the little paper clip here and upload an image and let ChatGPT create your own version of that image. That is something you can do as well. I like this. I'm trying to see. I'm going to ask the ChatGPT to create a family picnic. No, I'm going to say a picnic of families. Let's see. This is great. Please continue and illustrate a picnic scene with multiple families celebrating Juneteenth. And let's see what it gives us. Okay, while it's doing that, I'll be right back. I hear a phone ringing. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I like this scene. That is really nice. Yeah, I really like that. And sorry about that. I had to step away when my mom's out and about. I have to keep my phone close by just in case. And so let's see. I like this image. So, and it has exactly what I asked for. I wanted to show just a family scene. It looked more like a picnic. The previous one represented more of a parade environment. This one shows more of a picnic environment. So I really like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so the next thing, let's see what else. I just wanted to really show you how you can use ChatGPT to create some of the different images that might be reflective in a project like this. And again, whatever your project is, mine for this week is Juneteenth because of the Juneteenth national holiday. I wanted to just demonstrate something to show you how you can use ChatGPT in whatever project that you have. And then the next thing it talks about here is of famous figures and heroes. And it gives examples of someone like Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Oprah Lee. She is actually the lady who really led the movement to acknowledge Juneteenth. And it also includes Barack Obama as one of the main people that you could create an image of. And then it goes on to activity pages. And for that, Juneteenth flag craft. It's a step-by-step illustration showing how to create a Juneteenth flag with construction paper. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. Well, if you know what, this would be something that I would include in the book actually too. I'm going to go ahead. I want to demonstrate to you how you could get ChatGPT to write it all out for you. And so we're going to do that. I'm asking it to just create the actual step-by-step illustration that ChatGPT recommended to me. So I would actually include a project like this in the actual ebook that I'm creating for children. Oh my, look at that. Okay, let's see. It says, here is the step-by-step illustration, how to create a Juneteenth flag with construction paper. The steps are clearly labeled and easy to follow, making the craft accessible and fun to children. Okay, let's go back up. This is interesting here. I want to explore this. Let's see. So it's saying first, okay, let's see. And it kind of, the numbers are not lining up exactly right. And that's the thing with ChatGPT too. and images that are created, sometimes it will get things out of order, which looks like it has like two number sixes and all of that. And so I don't know about this flag too. I would have to just really do some research and just make sure that we're on the right track. I know this is more of a Confederate flag, and then it looks like it's got some other flag images here. I would have to look up and find out what an actual Juneteenth flag looks like, and then work from there. But again, if you could get ChatGPT, and again, let me say this: ChatGPT is in its infancy. I will still say, even though I know I was watching something earlier today, the president, or I'm sorry, CEO of NVIDIA was just talking about how AI has been certainly in development for years now, but still, we're just seeing it and being introduced to the public. So we're still in the infancy stage. And there's a lot that I know even ChatGPT has to continue to roll out and refine, because I've seen it change over even the last year and just get better and better. And so, having said that, when it comes to the images, you really have to continue to teach ChatGPT what it is that you want. So I would say what I would do is to first identify what a Juneteenth flag should look like and probably upload it and ask ChatGPT to recreate this Juneteenth flag. And that actually helps with teaching ChatGPT more information so that it can better provide information and details for other users on the same topic. So, like it says here, ChatGPT can make mistakes, check important info, and it gives us that disclaimer right at the bottom here. But so that's what I would do. And let's see, what else could we get? But I do think that would be a really really good thing to give in a children's book on Juneteenth, a step by step illustration showing how to create a Juneteenth flag with construction paper. But you would just have to get a little bit more detail in terms of what that step by step would be. So let's go back up. I want to go back up and look for another thing that we could include. What else can we include? And it has a strawberry lemonade recipe here as another activity page for the children in this children's ebook on Juneteenth. And it says a visual recipe card for making strawberry lemonade with colorful illustrations of ingredients and steps. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And what I probably would do, now, let's try this one. Let's see what this does, because this again is something that I would include in a book for children. Let's say in a Juneteenth book for children. So let's see what happens if we put this in here. Let's see if it actually gives us a recipe card. I probably would just tell it to give me the recipe, but without an image. Oh, so that's pretty cool. I like that. It's telling you what to do. Slicing strawberries, lemons. Okay, so let me tell you something else about ChatGPT. You have to edit a lot of times the text, and that's real easy to do. You can take this into a tool like Canva and let it edit the text for you. And I just love these images here. They are really really cool. It gave us two different cards that could be used in step 2, 3, and see how the steps aren't necessarily in order, and then the spelling is wrong, and you could correct all of that inside of a tool like Canva and keep the actual image itself overall. I love these. They look really, really good. That's something I think would be appealing to young people. And so that's something that I probably would include in this chat GPT. Um, in this, I'm sorry, in this actual creation that chat GPT is giving me for my Juneteenth ebook. And then story time. It says illustrations of children reading books about Juneteenth surrounded by bookshelves and with Juneteenth related titles. Okay, let's see what this looks like. And so basically, what I'm looking for now is just fun stuff that I could include in this ebook for children. I think we have a lot of good information to work with. Okay, let's do this last thing here. And then we would go from here. And tomorrow I will either continue with this and try to finalize it, or we will do start with a different project. But I think we're getting close. I like this. I think again because I'm talking about Juneteenth, ChatGPT is giving me more of historical images and like olden time, I should say. The kids look like they're kind of dressed for the Juneteenth era or older era. And so this is fine. You could probably, if you were working with a group of kids and you were reviewing a book like this with them, you might tell them they can dress in older clothing if they wanted to, or early 19th century, or even, well, actually, 1800s clothing if they wanted to. But what I probably would do instead is ask ChatGPT to give me a more modern picture or images of the children here, and still, and with keeping the scene as it is, but give me a more modern look of the children. In fact, let's try that and just see what happens here. I'm going to say, please illustrate again with more modern, with with the children displayed wearing more modern attire and hairstyle. Something like that is what I would say here. Okay, and let's see what it gives us when it re-illustrates this. But to kind of wrap all of this up, this whole example that I gave, starting with just talking about Juneteenth and what type of digital products we can offer, we took one of the many. I like this. It took the image and brought it up to more current day. I would say even we would do some editing, like we'd take out the Confederate flag from this particular image, and we would let's see, some of the spelling. I would double check all the spelling on the images here, the individual kids, and see. Let's go up a little bit. I probably would expand. Okay, there we go. So it says the story of Juneteenth for kids. And so do you like these modern styles? I might would even still change some of the hair. I would go in and ask ChatGPT to give me maybe some more braids and some. I think overall, though, I like the hair okay, and it does look more modern than the previous image. But I really, again, wanted to show you how ChatGPT can help you create images. You have to be more specific and detailed if you want a very, very a more detailed image. you have to be very, very clear in terms of what it is that you want the result to be. And in working with ChatGPT, you can get it. It will pretty much give you what you ask for, and sometimes it just doesn't even know. And so, again, we have to really share details with ChatGPT to make sure that it's providing us with the details and image that we want. And I really like some of these images. Okay, let's see. But the biggest thing that I would do is probably create a more modern scene so that the people look more modern in terms of their attire, their hairstyles, all of that, and then just put them in a festive environment. And that's something that you could tell ChatGPT very specifically that you want and get it that way. And then if you still don't get exactly what you want, you just have to keep going more detailed. That's what I've had to do over the over the last years. I've created content and images. Okay, so one last thing. I am trying to think. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a t-shirt. And so for something like that, what I probably would do is probably just kind of go to Canva and look around and then look at some other sites like I'm gonna think of something like Pixabay and just kind of see what they have out there and then bring some of those images up and ask ChatGPT to help me with creating a t-shirt image. So let's see. I'm going to do one more thing that I think I would probably like to actually sell at some point. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a Juneteenth tree, a T-shirt with a tree on it, because I'm just kind of something more like generations and having a tree with roots at the bottom and then branches going out. So I'm going to say, please assist me with creating a t-shirt. I'm going to say we'll show some of the holiday colors. Okay, let's see what we get. I've seen some really, really cute Juneteenth shirts, and I have not designed one. Ooh, I like this. I like this. And so, what I probably would do is take something like this and just create a t shirt from this image. I really like this. Okay. So, again, I went through this whole process to give you an idea of some of the different things that you could do to create a Juneteenth digital product. And we got a lot of stuff here. I finally settled on the kids' educational book, The History of Juneteenth, a comprehensive ebook detailing the history and significance of Juneteenth. Kind of settled on that, but decided to go with, oh, not that one. I settled on Juneteenth for Kids, a colorful and engaging ebook. I still love the concept, and so I'm still thinking about just taking what I've created so far and putting it all in a book for children. I think that's a really, really, really cool idea. And it will, once you get this book set up, and I probably would use just Amazon KDP, but once you get it out there, it would be out there forever. So you would have something that kids could purchase, or their parents, I should say, would could purchase from them forever. So if that's something you want to do, I encourage you to do it too. Create your own, go through the process of letting ChatGPT help you with your digital product as well. If it's not that, you might want to do an online course or just create some digital art and prints. You could create one of a kind prints and sell them. That's a great idea. You could create just a series. I thought about something else the other day, and that's creating cards. You could create a variety of different types of cards for kids. You could create some matching cards. I love doing that too. You can create some, what do you call it, where you have to match the word with the image, something like that. And that would be a great, great way to help young kids learn more about Juneteenth. Then here, digital stickers. You can create those. And again, more games and quizzes. One of the things that I love creating are just a word find books. So you could do a whole Juneteenth word find book. That would be pretty cool. Or you could do word search, or you could do mazes, all centered around Juneteenth. So there's just so much. In fact, this is giving me more ideas. I could do a whole fun activity book for kids, and it could include mazes and just quizzes, and it could include word search as well as what's the other one? A word find, which is same as word search, but you can create just all types of educational games in one book. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this whole discussion on just creating digital content for Oh, I have someone here. Let's see. This is great. I only use ChatGPT for inspiration and stories. Didn't try the pics. Oh, very cool, Diamond. So we have one watching here. I've gone a little long today. I'm usually right at about 30 minutes, but today we're right at about 45. It looks like 43. Keep going. But this has been so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's helpful. And again, you're hanging out with Kay White with Girls in Finance. I am your AI and money coach. It's been fun. And I will talk with you, if not tomorrow, another day. Have a great day. And we'll catch up soon. All right, take care.